All right, what's up, guys? I literally just spent like 30 minutes filming this video twice. It got messed up both times, so we're trying again. And I don't have an editor. And I'll get into that. My editor's home right now from the military, and I'm hanging out with the dude, so I'm not gonna bother him to edit a video. He doesn't have his computer, so it's raw material, raw information. Hopefully, this gets to the right person because this will save a life, a social life, everything. Help me. So yeah, I have I'm in some random KZ server because I see these people like when they talk, they'll have like surfing in the background. Hopefully this isn't illegal. I don't know this guy. I'm just spectating him, so I got some stuff in the background to keep people occupied when they watch the video. But I'm gonna get into MS Paint later on in this video, and I'm gonna visualize some stuff, draw it out. So I want to talk about burnout, and this shit is real, bro. So yeah, the only way to get into it is like talk about like what happened with me, my personal experience. Everyone's different, but yeah, I've been trying to go pro in Counter Strike for like the past 2 years, and like the mentality I had was like, you gotta go pro before you go pro, if that makes sense. Like, treat yourself as if you already are a pro, and just grind the fuck out of the game, which is true. You want to do that. Treat it like give it some importance in your life. And so what ended up happening was like my day-to-day routine was like so focused on Counter Strike. I would wake up, aim train, eat, work out, finish my workout, go to work. On the way to work, think about Counter Strike. Get to work, watch demos. Fucking go home. On the way home, think about Counter Strike. Get home, review my demo notes, practice it in a practice server, pug, aim train, go to sleep. That was my day-to-day life for the past 2 years, and then going out with friends like once a month, once every 2 months. Like it was bad because like I had this mentality, and I hear this preached a lot on YouTube, and these like all these like self-help videos and stuff. Like people always like find your purpose and like you gotta make sacrifices with your friends. Like you're gonna be lonely and shit, which is true to a point. There's a certain extent where it's not true, and yeah, I really disagree with a lot of that stuff because of my personal experience. But everyone's different. But what I found myself doing was envying other people because they got to like go to the movies and shit. Like, how lame that sounds? Just like saying that out loud. Like, I was getting mad because I'm like, bro, everyone just gets to have fun. And so here I am, trying to go pro in Counter Strike. That's the thing too, is like I wouldn't even go out to eat and stuff because like I'm really strict on my diet. So I'm just like, it was like no fun, like literally no fun. So then people came home from the military, like my brother and stuff, and I was hanging out with them, and I found myself feeling guilty to hang out with people, like literally my own brother, like when they're home, because I'm like I had to be practicing, which is not good. And what I found was that if you visualize your brain as like a CPU, I was like on 100% load for the past 2 years, just thinking about Counter Strike, just grind. I had to grind, practice, demos, team practice, all this shit, and that shit's not healthy. It's I'm pulling out the paint right now. Give me a second. Like I said, I don't have an editor, so none of this shit's gonna be edited. Don't want to bother the dude. Boom, we got paint open. So I'm gonna draw this in front of you. You ready to see some beauty? So this is what I experienced when I first started playing Counter Strike. I was at 100% load. Say this is my maximum load. 100%. Boom. I'm grinding the fuck out of the game. My brain's on point. I'm picking up so much information, right? But this is not sustainable. If a CPU ran at 100% the whole time it was being used, that shit's gonna blow up or something. I don't know shit about computers. But I was at 100%, right? And if you stay at this for too long, this maximum capacity is gonna shrink. The shit's gonna get smaller. So then this ended up becoming my maximum capacity, and I'm still at 100% because I never gave myself a time to like rest. And this is like overtraining when it like working out. Your brain's the same way, and the shit shrunk. So then now when I'm like constantly focused on Counter Strike 100%, I'm grinding my ass off, like that's for sure. But it's not efficient. Like my brain's not there. Like I'm not focused. Like I'm zoning out when I'm watching demos and stuff. And what I found is like, dude, like hanging out with friends makes you better at Counter Strike. Like this shit's for real. I'm being serious. So it's like, this is here. We're getting into it. So let's talk about working out, right? If you think you can work out twice a day, 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're getting fucking jacked and bigger than the dude who like works out 4 days a week and has like 8 hours of sleep every night, you're wrong. Like that guy has proper recovery, and I wasn't giving myself recovery for Counter Strike, a mental skill. Like that's essential. And I was basically just overtraining my brain. Like there's literally a certain amount of memory and new things your brain can pick up in a day before it's just like, dude, like fuck off. I need to like let this shit digest, right? So like when you hang out with friends, like it actually increases this maximum load, right? Like this will actually get bigger because you're giving yourself more time to recover. So it's like the more time you have to recover, the more time you can spend training, if that makes sense. Same goes with working out your body. You know, your brain and your body, like they work the same way when it comes to like physical labor, right? Or like mental labor, right? You gotta have recovery, and that's what I found out. And there's some takeaways from this. So one is don't let yourself get burned out. That's for sure. And the way to do this is to find your maximum limit where there's like a point of diminishing returns, right? There's a point where if you like say let's say 2 hours a day. This is what I found for me, right? This is not the exact number, but let's say past 2 hours a day. If I were to practice for 10 hours a day, excuse me, like I said, no editor. That's gonna be in the video. Let's say I practice for 10 hours a day. Like only 2 hours of those is like actually efficient and like being digested by my brain, actually being stored eternally. Like I'm gonna remember this next time I play. Only 2 hours of the 10. The other 8 is just spent going through the motions and just being a fucking robot and zoning the fuck out. Like it's not even being useful. So it's like use that other 8 for fun shit. Boom, fun shit. Right? It's not even being used usefully, it's efficiently anyways when you're in Counter-Strike. These are just random numbers I just threw out, right? So find the upper limit where you start zoning out and it's just not even useful, and cut it off there. Don't grind past that. You will burn yourself out like I did, right? I ended up literally last week I had to take a break from this. I thought about joining a team because I'm currently teamless. I'm teamless right now. You know, if anyone's looking for an IGL, you know what I'm saying? I'm currently teamless right now, and I thought about joining a team, and that shit made me sick, like literally sick to my stomach. I was so burnt out. So one thing, this fucking cord out of the way. One thing, don't let yourself get burned out, and the way to do that is to find your upper limit. Once you find your upper limit, cut that shit out. Don't grind past that. It's all about it's a marathon, dude. It's not a sprint. And I was treating this marathon as a sprint. I was fucking grinding my ass off. So just cut off your upper limit. Say that shit for fun shit that you enjoy, because like you still want to enjoy life even though you're like grinding to go pro or something. Second takeaway is dude, holy fuck, I got no editor. I'm on the spot right now. I literally just had this on my head. The second takeaway was to give yourself rest even during your practices. So this will actually make this 2 hours increase to 2.5 hours. Boom. Sorry, I blanked out there. So give yourself rest during those like set sessions of practice. So let's say I found that 2 hours of practice is what's efficient for me. Anything past that, I can't think anymore. What I can do to actually increase that is like while I'm watching the demo or whatever, if I notice myself zoning out and I'm just like going through the motions, skipping rounds and shit, I'll literally push my chair away from the computer, not even look at it, put my phone away, and just close my eyes for like 5 minutes and like literally just rest and just like meditate or something. And this will actually like reset your brain and make you like, you'll get bored. Like you'll sit in that chair and get bored, and you're like, all right, I'm going back to this demo. And you know, if you do this during your practice sessions, aim sessions, whatever, pugs, like you can increase this time that actually is like efficient and being used in your brain. So that it increases like to 2.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever. That's the second takeaway. And the third takeaway is to rest. More rest equals more time to train. So the more time you spend doing other shit, like other than Counter-Strike, like hanging with friends, socializing, you know, just chilling, like the more time you can spend actually grinding. So that'll increase this to like 3 hours or some shit like that. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Because it's the same for working out. If you can sleep 10 hours a day, dude, work out 7 days a week. You have so much time to recover. If you only sleep like 8 hours a day and you have a job that's like really demanding, like work out 4 days a week, because anything past that's not going to help you. It's actually going to hurt you. So find your upper limit. Don't go past it. Cut yourself off and use that for other shit that'll help you and better yourself in other ways other than just Counter-Strike. And like what I found was like, dude, like if you go out and do shit, like if you increase your social skills, that actually helps with Counter-Strike. Because when you join a team, you can't be some fucking introvert that doesn't know how to talk to people. Like, just go improve your life in other ways other than Counter-Strike, and you'll improve in Counter-Strike, if that makes sense. I don't know. Hopefully that helped. I just see this spotted a lot. Like, a lot of these, like self-improvement videos, like, bro, find your purpose and, like, grind the fuck out of it. Like, it's true to an extent, but like balance is so necessary. And I'm just speaking as like someone who's studying like kinesiology and someone who's like really into working out. Is that there is such thing as overtraining, and there's such thing as burnout. So hopefully those takeaways help. I'm gonna say it one more time. Hopefully I don't forget it. Find your upper limit and cut it off there. Work on other things other than Counter Strike, or just go fucking watch a movie or something. You know, give yourself time to rest. 2, don't get burned out in the first place. 3, give yourself breaks during the sessions. And then 4, like improve yourself in other aspects of your life. If you're like cutting your practice shorter on Counter Strike, and it'll actually improve you in Counter Strike, if that makes sense. So hopefully this helps. Like I said, there's no editor, so this is just like raw video. Holy fuck! I just looked at this camera. I'm so white because this thing's so bright. Oh my god, that made me so bright. But yeah, hopefully this helps, and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think.